Rabbi Schneider, I hear you wanted to add on to what you said this morning.
Yeah, I made a mistake. I was saying about the Bible, obviously, they go into the forest. No, the Tfilas HaNida, which is the Gemara and the Shulchan Aruch, so the Tfilas HaNida is either the Tzibur or the place we're living. Going into the forest is not for the Tfilas HaNida. It's for its relatives. In other words, the Rebbe is arguing with all the other Rebbes. The other Rebbe said, he's davening when you're ready for it, psychologically, not on the clock. And the other Rebbe says, no, you have to keep yourself a malach. The other thing is going to the forest, that's like his brothers. But also the Rebbe says it has specific halachas. You can't just out of the blue. It has to be every day. It has to be in a place where people do not walk, and it has to be for an hour. So the Hisbalikus has its halachas.
Rabbi Schneider.
Yes, sir.
All the current day Hasidim, Manhigei Breslov, say it doesn't have to be, of course it has to be an hour, but a little is odd. You can make 10 minutes is also good. And not tough in a forest.
Rabbi Kaplan, Rabbi Mordechai Kaplan said, I think he told me talking to him, he said, if you do it, Rabbi, he says an hour to the rest of the day, you're normal. If you don't, if you break it up into 10 minutes, so it's, the whole time you're feeling, I haven't really yet then, there's relatives. But okay, the halachas of his relatives are certainly only the chatchila. If you added any word, any word that you say to Hashem is very precious. In this case,
I'm saying over from Tzvi Aryeh Rosenfeld. I didn't make this. I am saying over from Rav Tzvi Aryeh Rosenfeld. Zecher Tzaddik Livracha. Your uncle, your cousin, whatever he is.
My mother's first cousin, yeah.
Yeah.
That what?
Yeah, I'm saying over that you can break it up. It doesn't have to be an hour a day. 10 minutes, but in Makom Kabbalah.
No. You know what the Rebbe Yitzchak Bender used to do? I don't know how many years. He's teaching the Kutim Moran. He reads 3 lines from the Kutim Moran. They're going to get in order. And then he says, you have to let your brother do. Then he reads another 3 lines. And he says, you have to do that for Chatzos. And that was the whole thing. Again and again and again. 3 lines. He's writing this. Chatzos. He's writing this. Chatzos. He's writing this. Chatzos. Mishageya. So somebody asked him, the Rebbe said an hour. Why don't you say his brother this whole time, say it's right. You have to do it for an hour. I'm not sure exactly what Rebbe Yitzchak answered him, but okay, he didn't want to. It's enough that we have to keep the brachas of Shulchan Aruch. We have to keep the brachas of his brother also.
Yeah. Okay. Yisrael, let me ask you 2 things. You mentioned. Let me ask you 2 things. Let me say one thing first. It's the Mishnah Berurah brings. You talk about Bizman. He says, unbelievable thing. Even though you're not ready, daven Bizman, without talis and tefillin, without a Beit Knesset, afilu walking in the street, but daven Bizman. It's not written in one place in the Mishnah Berurah, but the Bir Halacha, not the Bir Halacha, what's it called? The new book by Rabinovitz, Piskei Halachot, by Simcha Rabinovitz, the grandson of the Bela Rebbe. He puts these things all together in a little sieve in his book. Now, number 2, who is Rab Mordechai Kaplan?
I had a friend in Yaakov Yosef Yeshiva when I was a little boy. His name was Bobby. He's living, I think he's a German Yemen, but we didn't know. We called him Irwin. His Greek name was Irwin, I-R-W-I-N, but we called him Bobby. He was very short, but he was like the center of attention. He was very good in, they played sports. They played sports there was a break, 11 o'clock, there was a break. The teacher was very popular. And his son is Mordechai Kaplan. And Mordechai Kaplan is davening, I think, one day in young Israel on the east side. And he davens like a chassid. And somebody walks over to him and said, "Who are you?" He said, "I'm Bobby Kaplan's son." So he started crying. "What? Bobby Kaplan?" And the son was a chassid. How could it be? It's almost a strain at the Anix to Italy. Rabbeinu Rav Schneider, the next team, he had a son who was the best of them. It happens in the best families.
Okay, since you mentioned your family, I'm not so clear on this now. Let me ask you, the famous Avraham Yair Stern, how is he your family? The Stern of the Stern gang, how is he your family?
There was a Jew called Rabbi Avraham Yitzchak Lifshitz Lushkin. He was the Rav of Beit Gola. There's a sefer, I remember there's a sefer about it, the Ateres Yosef, where a tshuva of his appears. Now this Avraham Yitzchak Lifshitz Lushkin, he had...
Again, the name is Pliskin.
Avraham Yitzchak Lifshitz.
How do you... Lifshitz, yes.
So, he had a daughter called Gutalea. Gutalea married the Shmula Big Girl Patterson, my great-grandfather. She's my great-grandmother. Now, besides Gutalea, he had a son called Raphael Lipschitz-Glushkin. And Raphael wrote commentaries on, I think, Mishlei and Koheles. I think I saw one of his stories. And he was a big maskil. And somebody offered to give me a book in Yiddish, which is a novel about the Raphael Glushin. And I stupidly didn't take it.
Wait a minute, what's his name? Glushin.
Gluskin.
Gluskin. Spell it, please.
Gimel, Reish, Vav, Shin, Kuf, Yud, Nun.
Gluskin.
What happened was a granddaddy of this Avraham Yitzchak went to Catherine the Great in St. Petersburg to Mavak Lagizera. He's an Aston. His name is Lifshitz. I'm not sure his first name. And Catherine the Great said, Glushkin, his face was like a pear. He had a very, very wide forehead and a very, very narrow chin. So he was like an upside-down pear. A pear, P-E-A-R, in Russian is Glushkin. She calls him Glushkin. Who? If Catherine the Great calls him Glushkin, there's Glushkin. So his Jewish name was Glushkin. So for the Russian authorities, it was Glushkin. So he says, but the way he had a son called Boyle. Before I had a daughter called Hadass Leah, I think. She was married to Mordechai Stern, and she was another of Avraham Stern, the Stern gang. What did you ask me about? Who did you ask me about?
No, the Avraham Yair Stern. That's what I asked about.
But I think his son, your Stern, I think probably...
No. He didn't have children, but the nickname they gave him in the underground, the people that revolted against the British, was Yair.
He did have a son. His wife was pregnant when the British assassinated him, and he was given the name Yair, and I was in his house. I spoke to him. He was the head of Awutz Stein or something like that.
Okay. It's your family, okay. Hani Choserbi.
Okay.
Okay. Fine, Yisrael.
You want to say a second thing?
I think that's... No, that been-time, that's it.
Okay.
Okay. Cool.
Bye.